This is Laura, and welcome to an intuitive art piece. First, I did a reading for the client, and this is what came out. So, during our session, sometimes I will meet up with people through Zoom or it's just a recording. This time we met up on Zoom, and I got a lot of information. First, I saw an airplane. And I was seeing the airplane with travel being very important for her, and that her life path revolves around travel. And as we were doing her reading, it came out that she utilizes travel to help her stay healthy and fit. And that I even suggested, I talked about that I would like to go to Japan, and she said, you got to get ready for all the walking. She said, like in Kyoto and areas where they're older, there's so much walking, it isn't funny. But she was very happy about that because it keeps her fit. So she utilizes travel. And one of the things that came out during the reading was where she should go next. And, when we were talking, I got the feeling that there's more for her to explore. Like she's just going to places that she is familiar with or feels safe at, but Spirit's guiding her to go to highly active spiritual sites and things of that nature. So as we go through this, I'll share with you more. But we wanted to do kind of like I think she knew what was going to come out, but Spirit to do a mystery for her. Now, here's where we're going to start. This is the airplane. And I did like the little dots, like if you go on Google Maps or something, and then it points to the location. So these, Japan, Korea, and Taiwan are all places that she has been to before. So I tried to pull, like, for example, Mount Fuji and how the sun is, and kind of pulled from inspiration of Japanese art and architecture. And also with Korea, I was looking at like more of the cityscapes and what's available to people to do. And then over in Taiwan, there's so many beautiful things there, but I just chose like a more serene scene for her. And as you can tell, this is something Spirit's telling me as I'm doing this, is that the colors in the sky represent the different chakra colors that it activates. Okay, so we're gonna go over some of that. And so in Japan, we have in the sky, there's a lot of orange and red. So we have the root chakra, which is about, stability in our lives and our body. And also the sacral, which is about our feelings and our emotional needs, trust, warmth, intimacy, things of that nature, beginnings and endings. Okay, so this is the energy that it embodies for her. Now, if I did this reading for someone else, it may be different for another person. Okay, the next one we have here is Korea. And this also has a lot of orange and blue. So in regards to that, we also have the sacral chakra again. And this one I heard is more about boundaries, allowing things into her life, trying something new and different. Okay, so for Korea, always something to do, something new to learn, something to try, very inventive place. And then we have a little bit of the blue over in here, which has to do with the throat chakra and communication. So I got that expressing feelings, like sometimes in some of the areas, people aren't allowed to express everything, or there's a certain dynamic where everybody has to be this way or follow this rule or something like that. So communication for her is important when she visits Korea. Also, I heard healing. So like healing practitioners, working with the body, the breath is important there. And then I'm going over here to Taiwan. Let's look and see what colors do we have. We have blue here. So we have communication. And then there's a lot of yellows with a little green. So we have the solar plexus area in here. And so that's like our beliefs, how we believe about ourselves, perfectionism, sometimes our willpower. So this may be a place where it's like she may need to step outside of her comfort zone to dive a little deeper. Like they're saying, so some of this is for when she visits again, to just kind of take in the scenery and slow down. That's the energy here. Really ground into the solar plexus area. This is also about releasing stuck things, stuck viewpoints, karmic loops, you know, which are cycles that we keep repeating. To go here and kind of work on that purposely. You could work with your angels, ancestors, guardian angels, things of that nature. God, Jesus, whoever you'd like to connect with, okay? And then here, they're telling me that this is about emotional and physical healing. So Taiwan may bring healing energy to you just by, you know, I get this a lot for people in Hawaii, is that the islands have a life of their own, and I can always hear the heartbeat or the drumming of the area. This is Taiwan, feels like that's very strong too. So they said Taiwan is a place she should visit often and take advantage of what they have to offer. Now, if you look here, here's a little airplane. I tried to make, this is her, it's a tiny figure, and then this is her guardian angel flying with her. So I'll do a close-up on that after I explain the next one. So in the reading, she said, surprise me with where I should go next. But I think she already had an idea about Ireland or Scotland. Originally, I feel like she's supposed to visit both of those places and go to their sacred sites and just connect with what's there. She's had a lot of lifetimes there. But for this, I chose Scotland, and I just put a castle there, and then an Irishman, I mean a Scots, and here's a sheep. And then this is where the airplane, so she may start here, go there, and then the airplane leads over into Scotland. Now, what they told me is they wanted to put the symbolism of a castle, as there's many chambers and doors. There's many things inside of her that still hasn't been explored. So this is the symbolism, spirit symbolism for her to get in there, to kind of go in. This is also about, you know, like what do castles have? Sometimes they have these abandoned rooms. They have a lot of stuff stored in places. So this is her, this would be the energy of clearing the clutter out of her life. Okay, so she may visit here and then just want to go and redo her whole home, get rid of things that don't belong anymore, or hanging on to things from departed loved ones. I'm not saying that's her case. This might be for somebody watching. You want to let go of hanging on to that so you can move into a new phase of your life. Okay. You know, like not everything, but things that could cause you pain or upset. Now, we have here again the solar plexus, so we have a lot of yellows, a little bit of blue up here, so this would be communication. This is creativity, I heard. So for the little bit of blue that we see in the clouds, it's for creativity and seeing the other perspective. Like she may encounter issues here when she visits, but it's like her just, okay, Spirit, I'm excited to see how you're going to solve this situation. You know, because sometimes people have problems while they're traveling. But I feel like this is what you want to do, is have that attitude of, I'm just going to float like a boat and just go along with where I need to be. And things will work itself out. And I'm excited what Spirit wants to show me. Okay? And I heard coming back to self and gentleness here. Okay, and then let me see, anything else with the solar plexus? What I got is journaling, writing, and meditating here to access maybe parts of you that remembers being there. Like I get that, I'll just an example for me, I get that a lot with Egypt. So I know when I go to Egypt, I'm gonna sit and meditate and see what comes out for me. And if you'd like to get a reading, it's in the description. And if you like it, please like. It gets more eyeballs on it. Subscribe. Give a comment. If anybody has been to Japan, what did you think about it? Or Korea, or you lived there, or Taiwan, or Scotland. Let's hear what you have to say. And for now, take care.